We saw $3.24 billion flow in across US spot exchange traded products. That's the second biggest week we've seen in the ETF's history. And
Bitcoin ETFs.
In Bitcoin ETF's history. So that's been a big catalyst, I think, in what's driving us to new all-time highs. I mean, this buying activity, it's actual real demand. It's not derivatives or some sort of paper product. So again, we talk about Bitcoin. There's a scarcity. There's only so much in the world. So these guys continuously just buying. It's taking it out of that circulation again. So again, they wrap up. If you're an Aussie listener, they wrap up on Saturdays. And Saturday was the day that we saw the all-time high. So again, it's a good sign, I think, that the market's just showing a really just heavy hand of demand as we're going on into the end of the year. So now they essentially hold 6.3% of all Bitcoin, which I think is getting quite crazy.
All the ETFs.
All the
not
ETFs.
Just one. Yeah.
No.
Which is ridiculous, right?
Yeah. They only just started in, what was it, January 2024, I want to say?
So like a year and a half.
Year and a half ago, they've already eaten up 6% of the world's Bitcoin supply.
It's massive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that the thing to call out there is the amount of Bitcoin being created every day is minuscule compared to the amount that these guys are buying on average, which, from a supply and demand perspective is massive, right? That's what you want to see from, to see price go up.
That's it. And that's why you can kind of look at something like Bitcoin versus a lot of these altcoins. There's always going to be more consistency in its price movement. And we don't see those negative 70% crashes.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why we said we think the market could continue into 2026, even though past cycles have shown us that we typically top out around November, December this year.
That's right.
But I guess on the back of this, JP Morgan has updated their Bitcoin prediction for the end of the year.
Yeah, this one got me a bit interested, the timing of it. Yeah. They basically came out, their analysts saying that they expect Bitcoin could reach 165,000 US by the end of this year. That's almost 250K Aussie. So imagine a lot of people who are getting in now, obviously kind of quite like to hear that news, thinking they might be a little bit late to the party. But they're citing that it's undervalued relative to gold. And we've seen gold absolutely rip and tear all of the last 12 months. It's still hitting new all-time highs, I think, even today. But the forecast is obviously that this is very much tied into the whole debasement risk, the whole idea that currency is inflating. And we have seen inflation numbers started to tick up. And even a lot of the forward-dated looking inflation metrics, they're pointing to we're going through a period of reinflation, which, in today's modern-day economy, that's normal. So what they're basically saying is if that accelerates, we expect both Bitcoin to accelerate and gold to accelerate. But they're putting their bets firmly on the idea that Bitcoin is probably about to start overtaking the likes of gold, which has already seen a seismic move in the last 12 months.
That probably aligns with what we were saying we did a predictions episode at the start of the year. I think I called 180K US Bitcoin by the end of the year and you called 160.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're kind of smack bang in the middle of that. So
getting pretty close.
And they've also said, have they got like a more bullish case?
A more bullish case? Yeah. I think there was something.
They're predicting Bitcoin to go as high as $200,000 US this year. So that would be a bullish case. I think their 165 is more their realistic case, but it's things you like to see when you have a vested interest, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I guess that leads us into our segment around October.
Yeah, I mean,
following September.